Underground dance music is about being together and feeling like you're going to get taken care of. I'm Ewan McVicar, I'm a DJ and producer from Scotland. Meant to be one of the most promising DJs of my generation, but I don't know about all that. I was 4 years old when I found out properly, and I was able to comprehend it. And my mum showed me this book where she had like all the newspaper cuttings of like the tragic events and stuff. And I think, do you know, as much as I wouldn't wish it on anyone, it is a kind of weird way to grow up. But my mum like gave us everything we wanted as kids. Like, she's been unbelievable to this day, like so supportive. And having that strong bond from my mother has been crazy. Now I go home, I'd been away for a week touring, and I come back home and she's got like TMSG and the big balloons like blowing up, and she's like, oh, let's get a photo in front of it. It's been so good to be able to like put a smile on my mum's face as well after everything she's been through. You either sink or swim. Like I could have been like, ah, this has happened and down in the dumps about it, but I've just let it push me from within to create this whole thing that I'm now building. And it's like cliche, but like there's no stopping how far I want to go because I have that much ambition and I'm so determined. Like I was in the charts and playing Sub Club. Like it's just crazy. It's crazy because this is like such a well-respected venue, and for me, like I want to do it justice. DJs in the 90s, it wasn't a pretty job, do you know what I mean? And that's what I still see it as, because it keeps me grounded. I know like how passionate I am, and I want like even anyone else, like I want everyone to do well. I want folk and music, Scotland, I want to bring people up with me, taking others on this journey with me is all stem from what I've been through. I always wanted to be a primary teacher, always throughout the whole time. Like we grew up in a scheming area called Kincaidston. It's nicknamed Zulu. It's pretty rough, but my mum used to walk us over a mile to send us to Alloway Primary it was. And it was weird, like, and I kind of, like, Alloway's quite an affluent area in here, and I felt the difference. Like, I felt that I was a bit of an outsider from teachers, from everyone that was there, and that motivated me from such a young age, like 10, 11. I was like, I want to be on the other side of the desk. I want to be a teacher so that the kids feel like me, a bit excluded sometimes. And it was like, I was always like popular. I always had such good friends at school, but I don't know, I just felt something, and I was like, I want to be a teacher. I want to treat everyone fairly, and education was my passion for so long. But as I was in uni, you know, like students like skint all the time, I was like, I want to find a job. So I was 17 when I started PRing as well for the local club Furies in here. And then I was standing in the pissing rain one Friday, and I was like, what am I doing? I'm getting paid peanuts when I could be in warm playing tunes. So I was like, I want to learn to DJ. So I asked the DJ at the club, I was like, mate, like, how do you get into this? And he gave me this shitty like £100 metal mixer. It was like literally that size, and I had like an HP Mini for uni, just for all my studies. Cut out every time I was DJing, don't get me wrong, it was horrendous. But I just set the ironing board up, got the PC speakers, and then I just started playing tunes in my room for months and months. I just wouldn't leave my room. I was just so obsessed with it, and I'd always been into music, like back in the LimeWire days and Bluetoothing tunes to each other. Like back then I was always the one that, oh, wait till you hear this, like Kanye West and DJ Felly Fell have released this, you need to hear this, and I'd be sending it to folk. So I always did have an interest in music, but it was never my passion, it was always education. And then, yeah, I got obsessed. I get obsessed with stuff, like, and I don't stop until I'm like at a level that I want to start like doing it seriously. Then I became part of the I Am, and that was Tuesday nights in Sub Club. And when I started PRing for Ross and Matthew, they showed me how a family runs that is into underground. They're there for the one thing, and that's to have a good time and listen to good music. And that was, again, life-changing for me, again, changed my outlook. And I started going every Tuesday. I drove up from here, just drink water. I would stand literally over there myself no one, I never took any pals. I would do PR and cash test till about midnight. And then I'd come in and just listen to like Optimo, George Fitzgerald, Teed, like so many cool DJs and selectors that again just broadened my knowledge of music and made me want to go dig like, oh, what was that tune? Remember listening to that tune? And off the back of learning off what I did off Ross and Matthew and Subculture as a full establishment, I then took that knowledge down to Ayr, and there hadn't been anything of high quality in Ayr, and I was feeling it. I was playing at these commercial clubs and I was playing shit music, but I was like, why does no one try anything in Ayr? Like, it's not a big pop, like I wasn't expecting, oh, we're going to get thousands of ticket sales. It's not what I was in it for. I was in it to create culture in my town, my hometown, which I care about so much. So we started a night called 10, and 10 was named after the month my dad died. He died on the 1st of the 10th, 1993, and I was born on the 10th of the 1st, 1994. Like conspiracy theory shit, man, mental. And that was and then my papa, who had been there throughout my whole life, he stayed with us our full life. He died on the 10th of December. So this number 10 was just a recurring theme in my life, and I wanted to change it into a positive and celebrate it. So we called it 10, and from the off, it meant so much more than just another club night. There's thousands now. And in Ayr, I was like, let's get a really good sound system. The boy, Roos, that gave me my first mixer, he taught me how to produce. He was doing all the graphics for it, and we created this look. Like, I've got the tattoo of the logo on my arm. I don't know if you can see it there. So that was the logo, and the archway was the Nile Court where Furies was, where we put on our first night. And it all became so meaningful. We created a family like the I Am did. They showed me how to, and yeah, mate, I can honestly say if it wasn't for 10, I probably wouldn't be where I am today, or Erin, or sub club in the I Am. Underground dance music is about being together and feeling like you're going to get taken care of at the nights. Like, one of the biggest things I did at 10 was, like, if any girl felt like there was anything like animosity, or like a guy had walked over to her, like straight away I was like, get him out, just get them out, and you just cut it, because folk need to feel safe in that environment. And every single night I used to walk in, thank every single person on that dance floor for coming, because they were helping a dream come true. And it doesn't matter, the money was we never made any money out of 10, but that's not what it was about. It was about, like I said, culture and folk feeling like a family's around them. I've got massive plans for Ayr, like so much plans. I want to do a festival in Ayr next year, hopefully, and that'll be like a homecoming thing for me. Like, I'm meant to be going to America and Australia this year, and I'm just like, I still see myself just a wee guy for Ayr. Like, I just, for a wee tune, I love my town so much, and cliche saying that I want to put Ayr in the map, because I don't. I just want folk to see that there is talent in that town, man.